Hey guys, and welcome back to another Friday's pickup video. I'm here with Delphi. Let's hit the intro. So we have a real good bunch of games here that I picked up this week. We have 5 games that I need. Or new ones, and there are 2 games that I already have, but I'll explain that when I get to those games. Delphi's eating my cords here. Let's tuck them away. She's got a habit of anything that's sticking out like that. She's got fun of eating the cardboard box downstairs at the moment. It started as a full big massive box and it now has no sides on it. The joys of having a puppy. So the first one, there was a guy on Vinted who was selling a bunch of games, Wii, 3DS, PlayStation, I think a few Xbox games or something like that, up for £110. Obviously I didn't want to buy them all. I don't collect PlayStation. And I didn't need half the games that were there. I only needed 2. And I messaged him. I said, would you split? He said, I would split only if it's worthwhile for me. Which is fair enough. It's understandable. He said, as long as it's not 1 or 2 games. And I thought, typical. I only need 2 games. So I thought, well, if I have the 2 that I wanted, and then if there was 2 more Wii games that I actually needed, or didn't need, but I needed to upgrade, that my games weren't in a very good quality and would be fantastic for upgrading. So I thought I'll add those 2, and then my brother messaged me and said he wanted the one of the 3DS games, so I added that in it as well. So starting off, we have the first one I needed to upgrade was Dora's Big Birthday Adventure. So this is my original one. I have added the new one to the shelf. So this one I have, my disc is very scratched. And if you can see that in the camera. The manual is battered, not very good condition. Creases and things everywhere. And then the cover art has water damage, which I've since dried out, so it's not looking nowhere near as bad. So it does look okay. But the one I received was a full upgrade. The disc was better, the manual was better, and the box art was very good. So I swapped that one out. So then there was one more I added, which again, my box and manual were fine. However, my disc was quite scratched, and probably both of them probably be okay if they're put through a resurfacer, which I don't currently have one, but it is something I would like to get down in the future. I know they're very expensive. So the disc, or the game I received, was in very good condition, and the game I've got just a blue disc on the front, and the one I received has all the cover art on the disc, so it's a proper decent disc. So it was a big upgrade for that one. So I just swapped the disc out. So that's my 2 upgrades. So that was Emergency Heroes. So 2 upgrades. We're gonna move on next to one of the ones I needed. Not a fantastic game by the looks of it. Very girly Nickelodeon game, iCarly. Again, one that I needed to add, so I just need to add iCarly 2 now. Another one added to the set. That takes us to 803.
You okay, Carly?
Yeah, just a little tired. I had this weird dream last night. Me too. Were you being chased through school by a giant ham sandwich?
No.
Okay, that's just me then.
Hey, Carly. Sam?
Hi, Freddy.
Fredward.
What's up with you guys? Rough night?
Weird dreams.
Were you two being chased by a giant laptop?
No.
No.
Just me then.
So what was your dream, Carly?
Well, first, Freddy was my boyfriend.
Sounds like a good dream.
Let the fun begin! That looks fun!
Hey! Take that! Take that! Nearly there! Good aim.
It's over.
Go, go, go!
You insulted me. It's nearly over.
Okay, that was weird.
That's that one. So there was one more game that I needed, but we're going to show you that one last, and I'll explain the story for that one. But there was the 3DS game, Disney Infinity. The game, the box art was absolutely battered. It was battered. Wasn't too pleased. I've messaged the seller. I'm just waiting for a response. I'd like to keep the other 4 and send that one back, but we'll see what he comes back with. He has seen it and hasn't responded. We'll see what he says. And yeah, so we'll move on to the other pickup. So the other pickup was from a seller that I was having some talks with, called K to Birch. We had a really good chat about the games. So they had 3 games that I wanted. One was POW, and 2 were actually NTSC games. So I think there's about 10 to 12 games that I want for my collection that aren't POW versions. I think most of them are the USA games, and then there's one Japanese game that I want to add to my Wii set. And I've got that with most of my collections. I've got a list of all the games, but I've also got a list of the NTSC versions that I want, and that's the only ones I'll collect that are not POW versions that I can play. Obviously there's certain things that certain items and things like that you can use to get them to work on English consoles, which I need to actually invest in for the Wii. There is one that you can get and it can play you put in a disc, and it helps you play the USA and Japanese games. We'll start with the POW game. So I've seen this one come up quite a few times, but most of the time it either comes up in a bundle with games I already have, so I've not picked it up, or it just comes up on its own and they don't have any other games that I need. So I took the chance of picking this one up when I wanted the other 2. So this one is a 101-in-1 Sports Party Megamix. So another party game for the Wii. There's one more in this series that I'll need to pick up. But good to add another one to the set. So that's... takes me to 804. Obviously, these next two don't count within the PAL set, but I had a message after I bought it, after I bought the games, to say, we're really sorry, do you want to cancel it? I've just realised they're American and they won't run on the PAL console. And I said, don't worry, that's absolutely fine, not a problem. There are two games that I want, two games that I can get the disc to be able to play those games. And we ended up having a really nice conversation. She said that they got their games from a family member that had come over from America, but it was really good of them to check to make sure that I was happy, that knowing that they were American games and weren't going to run on my console. And we ended up having a bit of a chat about the Wii games, and then her husband ended up playing some of the games while she was chatting to me, the ones that they had up on their page. So I had a good laugh, and that was good, really quite funny. And I did say I would give her a shout out when the video code goes up, because she was really lovely, really nice, really fantastic seller. When they were all well packaged, bubble wrapped, everything, which was brilliant. So the first one, there's a series of these games that I won. I think there's 4 or 5 in the set. The first one is Wipeout, the game. I'm gutted they didn't release this in the PAL version, because it is a game that, or it is a series that is on in the UK. So yeah, I'm disappointed that they was never released in the UK. Looks like quite a fun game that to play, where you go across the Wipeout apparatus with several different characters. So yeah, it looks quite good. So when I get the disc to be able to play them, I'll actually look forward to having a go with those. Next out.
Welcome to Wipeout, where our contestants take on obstacles from the crazy minds of our engineer.
Hey, who you calling crazy?
Johns, you're both pretty crazy.
In round 1, there are 5 obstacles.
All unique and challenging, not to mention hilarious and amusing.
The dirty balls are a series of balls that are, well, dirty. Each player must jump across them trying to keep out of the mud.
Dirty balls, dirty contestants, let's get this mudslinging started.
Welcome to Plank in the Face, where our contestants must cross a series of horizontal beams. That sounds reasonable, John.
Yeah, but some of these planks pivot in the middle, sending the plank right into the old gob. Try and guess which is which. Go on, I dare you.
Wipeout's infamous big balls consist of 4 monstrous red balls mounted in a large tank of water.
Scurry across these inflated behemoths to the platform on the other side, and you're home free.
The fence flags have a series of vertical panels that flip up as a player moves past them.
Once again, quickness is an asset. Sense of humor or personality? Not so much.
The rug pull is a wide beam suspended over water with 2 rugs stretched across it. You step on a rug and it's suddenly pulled one way or the other.
And for our contestants, this little carpet ride will be anything but magic.
Meet most likely to succeed. A man who dreams of opening an online fitness studio. Sounds pretty worldwide weird.
He's all over the dirty balls here.
And here's Cannonball, a man with an odd fashion sense and unique dreams, like opening a pet resort. Don't ask me, I just work here.
Did somebody say Wipeout?
Meet Party Queen, who wants to win so she can drop out of the rat race and party all the time.
Ooh, painful to watch.
Next up is Knockout, who dreams of hiring an Olympic trainer that she can knock the stuffing out of.
Oh, she's hard to watch.
Obviously, as I was saying, there's 4 or 5 in the set. And here's number 2, Wipeout 2. So another Wipeout game with, looks like, new courses added. Looks like it could be a great little bit of fun. It says competing head-to-head competition, so you can play against each other. So that could be quite interesting. So that's the 3 games I got from K to Birch. Thank you again for those. It is much appreciated. And thank you for all the communication that we've had.
Welcome to Wipeout, everyone. All right, let's see what the qualifier's looking like for our contestants.
This is an easy one. Should be a walk in the park for him, Johnny. And here we have the smack wall sweeper.
Smacking and sweeping? Oh, where do I sign up?
Say hello to our old friend, the Big Balls.
And there is nothing left to say, except thank you.
Here we have the leap of faith.
Dishing out wipeouts, I can really believe it. Our contestant is at the top of the course and ready to go, so let's check in with Jill and get the scoop.
Here I am with Francis Maynard. He loves writing sad songs, and our obstacles are hoping to give him all the inspiration he needs. Jump up when you're ready to begin.
Another ring grab, Johnny.
Man, this contestant's got the eye of the tiger. Then the hands of a wide receiver.
Francis Maynard finishes the course with a great time.
Yeah, maybe he'll write a song about something happy for us.
So here's the big one. Now, going back to the other seller, there is a post I put up on CEX about 2 weeks ago that there was one of these games in stock. It's extremely rare. Wikipedia says it was never released in the UK, so it was never ever on my radar to start with. Now, I've since been through all the games that were released in America that were possibly actually released on a PAL version, and there's quite a few I've added to my set, to my collection to hunt down, because I am going for a full PAL set, so that includes all the European versions, all the European games as well. So obviously, if there's a game of the same game but in a different name, then I won't pick it up. But there's a few releases that were only released in Europe and Australia. Wikipedia picks up all the Australian ones, but hasn't picked up all the European ones that were never released in the UK. So I have had to make my own full set list and find out what I need. And this was one of the ones that came up on that radar. So I messaged on CEX I think it was up much further up the country. I can't remember where it was too now. On the CEX Retro Hunt page, to ask if someone can go in and have a look at it, see what quality it is, whether it's got a manual, and if it's a good one to buy, rather than it being a tatty one and having to send it back. Because I've never done a CEX buy online. So obviously you'll get your money back if it's not very good and you take it back in. But I didn't want to take that risk with I should have taken the risk really with it being such a rare game. So from that post, I had messages to say I can go and have a look at it, but it won't be tomorrow. It might be at some point this week, which is okay. It was fine. However, from that post, someone else then went and bought that game, and I've been watching this game for about 2 weeks and thought I'll ask, because you never know. Someone close by can have a look and see what it is. And as soon as I put that post up, I think it was within a day, that game was sold. So someone obviously realised that they needed it for their set. Didn't realise it was a PAL game maybe, and bought it. However, a few days later, that very game, or not might have not been the same game, but the game came up again in one of my local CEXs. It was on that one day, and I thought I'll go straight after work, go and pick it up, rather than having it posted to me, because there's no point. It was in St Austell, and I'm in Redruth. I can just drive there, go and pick it up. I can have a look at it. If it's not any good, I can not buy it. And I had some vouchers to use up as well, so that would have been perfect. It sold just before I was about to leave to go and get it, so I was absolutely gutted. But I thought, it's okay. It's happened before where people have bought games that I wanted, and they've come up cheaper, so it's fine. So when this guy put this set up, I didn't even notice it to start with. I had a quick look and I completely missed it. My brother then messaged me that evening and said, have you seen this? Have you seen this post? I said, yeah, there's nothing there. There's only one game I really want. He goes, well, that game you wanted is there. I said, well, really? So I had another look. And yeah, he was right. It was there. I just completely missed it. It was right underneath all the PlayStation games, so I didn't spot it. So, as I was saying earlier, messaged a seller, asked if he could split, picked up 5 games altogether, but this was the one I wanted. And it's so rare, obviously, that Wikipedia didn't even realise it was a PAL version, and that is AMF Bowling World Lanes. The only downside, there's no manual. But that's okay. For such a rare game, I was just happy to have the game in my collection. And there is a few that I will have to get from Europe or Australia for the Wii, as I did with the Wii U set. So yeah, and it shows obviously with the yellow triangle that it wasn't a UK release, and it was released somewhere in Europe. So yeah, I was absolutely delighted to get that in the set, and I won't have to go chasing for it anymore. There is a few that I will have to chase, but yeah, really glad to add that to the set, and I think that takes me up to 805 in the set, something like that.
Time to grapple with some pens. I'm not a lumbering lout after all.
I need my bowling rhythm back. My next one's gonna be a big hit.
Let's give this thing a hurl.
And then the 2 American ones as well. So a really good week in terms of adding to the set for Wii games. Extremely rare game. Really pleased to finally get it in the set. And we are, I think we're down to 485 or something like that. I think I worked it out with those extra ones I've added on. So there's still a fair few I need to get. Really glad to add that one to the collection. So if you enjoyed all my pickups, you're enjoying my videos, please hit that like button. If you're enjoying all my videos, hit the subscribe button. Really helps grow the channel as we move forward. And hopefully there'll be lots of more rare games coming on the Wii collection and across other sets over the next coming months. Hit the bell icon for all future videos, so when they're released, you'll get them straight up. And we have another little bonus coming soon when it arrives. Obviously, it's not a game, but it is a first for the Gaming Creations page of my videos. So I'm really chuffed to have that. So you'll find out that when that arrives shortly. And as always, don't forget to create your world of gaming.